Hey, you beautiful big heads, your boy Zatcho, and welcome back to some more ZZZ. Today we're going to be talking about the dancing queen and pyromaniac that is Burnice. Pretty much going over her kit, sets you can use on her, good weapons for teams, and then, any tips that you can use when playing her. But anyways, let's just hop on into it. So when it comes to Burnice's kit, there's only 3 things you need to worry about, which is micromanaging her heat gauge, applying the scorch, and then being off the field so you can get all the benefits of what makes Burnice Burnice. Now when it comes to managing your heat gauge, it's actually not that hard because you start any fight out with 100 heat. Now your heat can only go down 2 ways. It's either one, you've used a charged basic attack and you've applied scorch to the enemy, or the enemy already has scorch on them and your allies are hitting said enemy and then it's taking away your heat, because if an enemy is marked with scorch and the allies hit them, then it will take away some heat to then apply some fire damage to the enemy and also build up their fire anomaly gauge. So there's only 2 ways for it to go down. Now for it to go back up, you also have 2 ways. You either use your EX skill, either your basic flamethrower shot or your double flamethrower shot, really baking the enemy alive, or you can use your ultimate. Now, if you're using your EX skill, it just depends on how much, of the skill you use. That would determine how much heat you get back. But if you're using your ultimate, it will give you roughly 50% heat back. So it's better to use your ult when you're lower on heat, just to get a nice big buff back into your heat gauge, to then continuously hit the enemy with more damage. Now, when it comes to applying scorch, you have many different ways you can do it. As long as your heat gauge is at 50% or higher, you can hit the enemy with a charged basic attack, a EX skill, a chain attack, or your ultimate, and it will apply scorch, and they'll be nice and ready for you to swap out and then beat them with another ally to then, apply them with that fire damage and build up your fire anomaly. And then lastly, being on field, this is the most important part, because after you've already applied the scorch and built up your heat gauge, you just don't want to be on the field with her, because Burnice herself cannot actually proc her core passive burn damage. She has to have an ally attack the enemy to proc the effects of using her heat gauge to then apply the burn damage and build up the burn anomaly. Now something else nice to know about her kit, which is pretty cool, is her ult. Now, when Burnice uses her ult, you can switch out to an ally and she'll keep on shooting all that hot, fiery flame madness down the enemy while you actually hit them with an ally. So you get 2 times the damage all at once, technically, because, you got fire up above and you got ass kicking down below. So it's a great combination of just fuck around and find out. Yeah, but that's everything you really need to know about Burnice's base kit and everything. We'll talk more about tips and stuff later on. But when it comes to her skill priority, 100% you want to focus on that core passive first, because it determines how much damage she will be doing off field, as well as how much energy regen she will be getting off field as well. Next up can either be the ultimate or the skill. They both pretty much serve the same purpose of either building up the heat or just dealing, fast and quick burn damage. Either way, you're going to be cooking them nice and evenly. And the lowest on this priority totem pole will be the basic attack first, because, whenever you do be on field, you can smack them up a little bit. And then lastly, you have your assist chain and your dodge, which are pretty much interchangeable, because, yeah, you're not going to be really using them that much. Now, when it comes to disc sets for Burnice, honestly, it's really easy for this one, because they literally made a whole set for this woman, because they already knew she's going to be burning people alive. So it's 100% going to be a Chaos Jaws 4-piece, 100%, because it gives her anomaly proficiency, fire damage, extra damage on assist attacks, and damage when she switches in. So, made for her. Now, your 2-piece set can either be Inferno Metal for fire damage, Freedom Blues for more anomaly. You can do Hormone Punk for attack, which is really good for her. Or if you for some reason really need energy regen because you're just not managing it quite right, you could do Swing Jazz as well. Now when it comes to your weapons or engines, whatever you want to call them, for Burnice, obviously her best one will be her Flame Maker Shaker, which is her signature. It literally gives her everything she wants, from energy regen to damage boost to extra anomaly proficiency and attack as the stat. So literally everything she could possibly dream of, it just gives it to her. In second place, you can use what I use on all my Anomaly characters, the Electric Lip Gloss, which gives attack, anomaly proficiency, and increase the damage. Because gonna be honest, we don't have too many other good options for anomaly pieces. I'm just gonna be honest, in my personal opinion. I literally use this one on all my characters. If there's a new battle pass, I pick that one every fucking time. Other than that, if you somehow, some way have graces, you could use the Fusion Compiler as well. I guess, but just saying, that Electric Lip Gloss do be popping, just saying. For free-to-play options, you can either get the Weeping Gemini, because you can make it in the shop, the W Engine shop. Also, the Rainforest Gourmet, however you say that thing's name. That's another option that you could use. But, those are free-to-play options that are not as good as the lip gloss. I'm just gonna keep on saying that lip gloss be popping, that lip gloss be cool. So when it comes to teams for Burnice, she just wants to be paired with one Lucy because, you know, the increase in attack will help her do more damage with her burn and everything. But secondarily, any Anomaly character really, any good Anomaly character, let me rephrase that. So someone like Jane Doe who can apply physical Anomaly like a Madman is great. So is Piper because she also applies physical Anomaly like a Madman. You could use Grace as well because she does do a good job at applying shock. So, you know, you'll be hitting them with the shock, building up the burn in the background, and getting that disorder proc. Same thing with Piper and Jane Doe. Hitting them with the physical Anomaly procs while building up that burn in the background. Just going crazy. And again, you want to pair her with Lucy because the attack increase is very nice. Or Caesar because, you know, Caesar makes her invulnerable to damage, so you can get a lot more BS off. And you can also use Seth with the Grace variant or the Jane Doe variant since they will proc the police force little faction buff. And also with Grace, he can proc the both being electric faction buff as well. Now, when it comes to tips for Burnice, there really isn't that many because she's actually a pretty easy character to play. So after you do your heavy charge attack, you know, to apply the scorch enemy, if you are already low on heat, you actually can press your skill button right off of that and you'll go straight into your double flamethrower shot. You know, so you want to double press it, you'll go right into the straight up double, you know, fisting flamethrower shot. So that's one. Another tip is when you're using your EX skill, if you're not using your double flamethrowers, if you're only using one, you can actually move while in the midst of using your skill to evade incoming damage and whatnot. But if you are using your double flamethrowers, you cannot move at all while you're using that skill. On a deflective assist as well, when you deflect your way in with Burnice and you hit the enemy with the attack that you do, you can again press your skill button again and you'll go straight into the double shot flamethrowers as well. It's really good for when you're low on heat, can really just wait for the enemy to attack you, deflect it, and then go right in with Burnice to build right back up your heat, then be able to switch it right back out. And last tip is just make sure you're using your ult for Burnice at the right time. Usually when your heat is either already completely depleted or it's really close to in like around 15. Like if you did one more hit, you know, then it will end it. Like you could use it right about there and it'll get you again right back up past 50, and you can just keep on and mess up the enemy because once you use the ult, you can easily switch right back out. And yeah, but that's everything you really need to know about the Disorder Queen, Burnice. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe to that good stuff. I will see you on the next one. Love you guys, and bye-bye.